Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beats here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, that is if Ghost returns in Power Book 4 Force. Now, what if Ghost decides to make his return, but when he returns in Book 4 Force, not Ghost? Now, I know a lot of fans would love to see Ghost return in Ghost because he's highly connected to that title, because that's the one that Tariq leads in. And being that Tariq was literally one of the last people he interacted with before his death, if he was to return, fans would want to see him and Tariq interact. That would be the story people would want him to come back in. But let's say Ghost does not come back in Power Book 2 Ghost, that he does return in Book 4 Force, that he wants to meet up with Tommy, who was the very last person he interacted with in the Power series. Now, when it comes down to it, Tommy doing what he's doing in Book 4 Force right now, Tommy is at the top. He is one of the half of the most powerful criminal organizations in Chicago right now. That's how things have ended for him right now. He has essentially replaced the Serbs, the Flynn's, everyone. He is at the top. However, on his way to the top, he has made a lot of enemies with the Flynn family and potentially the Irish Mafia in general. The Flynn family is pretty much destroyed. However, at the same time, you don't know where the Irish Mafia, how they're going to play in this. And the Serbs did survive. They did not all outright die. So they probably got more people they can bring in as well. And then you also have, of course, Miguel, who's now a straight up enemy to Tommy, as Tommy is seeking Maria. Now, if Ghost was to come back, he's walking into that situation. He's also walking into the situation with Diamond, Jannard, D-Mac, along with Showstopper. He's walking into all of that. So where could Ghost fit in all of that? More than likely, if Ghost was to make a return, in Book 4 Force, he would return to Tommy. That's his direct link to everything. The only other link that he had in Book 4 Force was Liliana, and she's gone. And so basically, him returning to Tommy, he would want to know everything that's going on. And knowing him, he would want to be involved with things. He probably wouldn't even want to be, he would deal directly with Diamond or Tommy, but he would not really speak with Jannard or anyone else like that, because he wouldn't want them to know who he was. The only reason why certain people knew who Ghost was in Book 1 was because he came up with them and they were kind of close. So you did see him talk to Julio. Outside of Tommy, it was mainly Julio, and he talked to Tasha about the business, but he rarely interacted with anyone. They would see him here and there, and that is pretty much how he would be in that situation. He would, number one, try to focus on trying to make things good with Miguel, and if he can't make it good with Miguel, then Miguel would be taken out. Because if Ghost tries to make it good with you, or he try to work with you and you decide not to, then he's going to take you out, and he's going to get what he wants anyway. And by taking out Miguel, of him being an outside element, they would never really be able to connect him to Tommy whatsoever, because it'd be like, we don't know, some random guy did it. He's not associated with CBI. He's not associated with anybody, but he came up and he's the one who's taken out Miguel. A lot of people believe it is a personal vendetta. So with that being said, him doing what he did, which is what he always did, because that's why his name was Ghost. No one knew who he really was, except for the people who saw him in the streets and came up with him. They knew him, but the majority of people did not know him, and he liked it that way. And so with him operating in Book 4 Force, again, his link would be Tommy. What would be his goal in Book 4 Force if he was to come back? Maybe to connect to his brother, to talk to him, to try to help him with his empire, try to find out what weak spots may be there, because like I say, Tommy has made a lot of enemies. There's a lot of conflicts that's going on he don't know nothing about. Like, he don't even know the D-Mac situation. He doesn't even know that Diamond and Jannard are aware of it, and they're going to try to keep it like that for right now. He's unaware of everything that's going on that spot, because he's so, he's focused on rising up and becoming who he is, and Maria. That's his top focuses right now. So basically, when it comes down to it, if Ghost was to return, he would be most definitely assist to Tommy. It would probably even get to a point where they would probably go at it with one another, because Ghost is so used to being the leader. And right now, with Tommy being pretty much the leader, and the only person he really talks to is Diamond, but Tommy is the lead of that crew more than anything. And so basically, he's in a position where he's finally number one, which is what he wants. And for Ghost to return, he would probably feel like he's number two again, which is something he would not want to feel. But basically, that's me pretty much saying, you guys, that's how I think he would operate. If Ghost was to return in Book 4 Force, he would definitely operate like that. But at the same time, he still would have interest in going to Book 2 Ghost. So that's something I think that would happen. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby Beats here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And, ooh.